What's going on, guys? So I decided to shoot this video outside because it's beautiful. I made myself a little list on my laptop to keep myself organized because I like to blabber on and on about random stuff. So I set myself some guidelines. What are macronutrients? So basically nutrients are essential for the body for growth, energy, and for bodily functions. And depending on the nutrient, these substances need lesser amounts or a substantial amount. So basically we have three main types, which are carbs, fats, and protein. And examples of these are, for carbs, we got the grains, so we got potatoes, fruits, milk, yogurt, vegetables, and we also have candy. There are carbs, also sugar. And we also have fats. So we got peanut butter, nuts, oil, avocados, and salad dressings, all that yummy stuff. And protein, of course. So meats, protein powder, protein bars, and edamame beans. There's just so much out there for each category, so I'm just naming a few examples. How did I learn to track macros? So basically, I never knew what they were, so I hired a coach, which was Patrick, and for the first week he didn't make me track macros. He didn't give me a set number. So basically what he did was told me to download MyFitnessPal and start inputting all the food I was consuming just for the week. Just don't worry about the numbers, just put in what you eat. That was the main thing. So I got in a habit of inputting my food, and for the first week I did it successfully. I managed to put all my meals in correctly, and I thought I did good. But then Patrick told me to look into in the app, you can go for more in the options there, and under more there's nutrition, so click that, and it actually lists the macros there, and those are measured in grams. So for every day I saw my macros, so proteins, carbs, and my fats, and it wasn't looking so good. So it looked like my fats were what I consumed most, and that's not good for me. So you need to have a balance, and I wasn't really educated on that. The second week came, so now I have the habit of putting my food in there, but now I actually have to play around with numbers. He just told me, stick within the numbers I give you, and you could be plus or minus 2 or 4 grams, give or take, for each category. So that's what I did. And then it was working for a while, and I just noticed that my fats would be consumed really quickly throughout the day. That was my sweet tooth area, the fats. So I was struggling in that department, but he educated me that for every carb and every protein and fats, there's calories within them. So for carbs there's 4 calories, for fats there's 9, and for protein there's 4. Math lesson warning. Basically, if you run out of fats, or you consumed most of your fats in one day, or for the majority of the day, you're able to take from the carbs if you have carbs left over. Take the amount of fat. So for example, if I go by 10 grams, I take 10 grams, multiply it by 9, which is the amount of calories in fat, and divide it by 4, which is the calories in the carbs. So you're left with 22.5 grams of carbs that you'd have to subtract away, additional to how many carbs that meal was. So if it was 20 carbs and 10 fat or whatever, you'd have to add the fat to the carbs. Let's see. Gotta stay on track. So unfortunately, as the prep went on, things were getting a little tighter, so you can't really do it. It's not really sustainable, so everything had to be on the dot. But luckily, as time went by, I got better with tracking my macros and better spreading things out evenly. And how did I manage to balance them in my lifestyle? So at the time when I started my prep, I was in school and I had 3 jobs at the same time. The one thing about the macros, it gives you the flexibility of, fitting whatever you like in there, as long as it fits. It's basically like designing a house. You have bylaws and guidelines. You can pick your wood, your color the paint, the drywall and all that stuff, but you got to make sure it's in the guidelines as well. That's basically it. With that being said, everyone has different macros, because Patrick said, for instance, on the macros he gave me, some people would gain weight, so I was actually losing weight. So everyone else is different. You just got to know everyone has different macros, and if you're following someone on social media and they're telling you what they have, it's probably not going to work for you. It was crazy to actually go through the whole prep, because I was kind of skeptical, but it really worked out, and I want to thank my coach for that. And it was successful. It was a success. It was a successful prep, and I can't thank him enough. So if you guys have any other questions, please feel free to comment below. Please hit the like button. Really means a lot, and it does help a lot. The channel's doing really well right now, and I can't express how thankful I am. See you in the next video.